Hi, my name is Susan Palmer, and I would like to help you learn how to play the guitar. This lesson covers pages 97 through 120 in the Guitar Lesson Companion. If you don't already own a copy, you can pick one up today at leadcatpress.com. You might find it beneficial to first complete lessons 1 through 3 before attempting this lesson. There are hundreds of chords that you can play in open position. I want to teach you just the first 15 that will enable you to play thousands of songs. So let's get started on those. I want you to turn to page 98 in your book, and I've got 4 chord diagrams up here. We're just going to go over the first 2, E minor and A7. Now the lowercase m stands for minor, and that number 7 stands for a dominant 7th chord. I don't want to get into all the theory right now. We will get to that later on. I just want to teach you how to read these and how to play from one chord to the next. Now these vertical lines represent the strings, the horizontal lines show you where the frets are, the open signs here tell you to play open strings, and the encircled numbers tell you which fingers to place on those frets. So I'm going to start by playing that E minor chord. I've got my first finger on the 2nd fret of the 5th string and my second finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. Here's what the E minor chord will sound like. If I articulate each note at a time, I get this sound. And I'd like you to practice them that way, just to know that you are getting a good clear sound out of each one of those notes. If you get a muffled sound on any of those, be sure to press your hand down a little bit harder, directly behind those metal frets. Also, make sure that you're using your fingertips and that no other part of your hand is touching those other strings. So one more time, there's your E minor chord. Now on the A7 chord, you'll see this X over the low E string here, or your low 6th string. That means do not play that note. Here's what the A7 chord will sound like. And if I articulate one note at a time. So one more time, I have E minor and A7. So I want you to be able to play those chords clearly and have those note names or those chord names memorized before moving on to this next step here. The next step are the chord changing exercises, and I'm going to complete the first one with you so you get the hang of how that works. Now first I'm going to move my metronome up to 84 beats per minute. This is my target tempo, and you can see I've got a whole note over that E minor chord, and I've got another whole note with that A7 chord. Now I'm going to play that E minor chord right on beat 1. Then I'm going to pick up my fingers for the remaining 3 beats and get them in position so that they're ready to hit that A7 chord on the next beat 1. Let me demonstrate that for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm taking advantage of those 3 extra beats to get my hand in position. Now the next exercise, I'm scooting my metronome down to 72 beats per minute, and I'm playing 2 half notes on E minor and then 2 half notes on A7. This one will be a little bit trickier. And again, if 72 is too fast for you, slow that tempo down. You're working up to 72 beats per minute. Here's what letter B will sound like. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's a little more challenging. Next we're going to move over to letter C. I'm scooting my metronome down to 60 beats per minute, and I'm going to play 4 quarter notes on E minor and then 4 quarter notes on A7. Once again, this is my target tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Letter D continues with quarter notes, but it's a quicker change. I have 2 beats on E minor and then 2 beats on A7. Here's letter D. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's crucial that you use your metronome when you're practicing these exercises. Your metronome is timing you and helping you get to your changes a little bit faster each practice session. I want you to complete all of these chord changing exercises because they will enable you to play the blues in the key of A. I've got a whole note exercise, half note exercise, and quarter note exercise. You can use the CD track when you're ready, and before you're ready, use your metronome to work up to about 80 beats per minute for each one of these. On page 100, I'm introducing tablature to you. Tablature is a notation system designed specifically for the guitar. Each one of these lines represents a string. These are your high strings, or your strings that are high in pitch. These are your low strings, or the strings that are low in pitch. The numbers tell you which fret to play. They don't tell you what finger to use, but they do tell you which fret to play. And a 0 means that you're not going to play any fret, it'll be an open string. To find the rhythm that you're to play, you have to look up here to the standard music notation, and we've got eighth notes up here, so we'll count that 1N, 2N, 3N, 4N. I want to demonstrate this by playing it with the CD so you get the total feel for it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Continues on, so you get lots of rehearsing with that. On page 101, I have a solo for you. This is just a suggested solo, just something to get you started. It's written in tablature. You're going to need to look up here to know how long to hold out these notes. And up here, I have all the notes that you'll be playing in this solo. This is an A minor pentatonic scale. It's played on the 5th fret, or 5th position, and I'm going to run through that scale for you right now. It'll look and sound like this. So it reads pretty much the same as a chord diagram, except in a scale diagram, you're going to be playing just one note at a time. So you've got a CD track for that too. So I think you have enough information here to make it through the rest of those pages. You first learn the chords, then practice those chord changing exercises, then have fun playing the chord jams. Now along with the chord jams, I also have a sample scale here, so if you feel like taking a solo over it, you can. You've got the jam track there for each one of the chord jams. I also have some suggested rhythms, and so I want you to have fun on playing through some of those. Now all of these chord jams are taken from real songs. They're very popular chord jams. So they'll definitely be preparing you to play some music, which is really what it's all about. So I want you to work hard, have fun, and thanks.